So it's about that time. It's time to go in depth on what is one of my favorite pickups in recent memory. And I've picked up a lot of fragrances in the last few months. Of course, I'm talking about Bond Number 9.com. Stay tuned. So first we'll start off with the presentation. As you can see, it has that QR code style. Sorry for the ring light reflection. That's my desk ring light. That QR code style. Really dig it. It's different, you know. Name of the fragrance. It does have a little sleeve on top. On the back, some fragrance information. Nothing on the bottom. Has the color scheme of the bottle as well. Nothing inside the lid. And then they do have this little mail-in deal to get, free bonbons, which is what their little samples are called, and fragrance information. Probably useless to send in, so I'm not really gonna bother. And then on to that bottle. So I love the way this bottle looks. Same thing as the box, yellow with the blue QR code. Has the blue cap on top, batch code and fragrance information on the bottom. Cap does click into place, holds pretty good. Nothing special on the atomizer, but it does its job. Let's talk about the scent. So first things first, let's get the elephant out of the room out the way. Yes, it smells like a super fruity version of Creed Aventus with no smokiness and no floral components to it. So what I get from this one, in the top, you're getting the blast of this pineapple that it's got. Blackcurrant, juniper, apple. It's just a fruit explosion when you first spray this thing. Gorgeous opening. One of the best openings I have in my collection, for sure. I'm smitten with this fragrance. It's really, really good. As it starts to transition into the heart, the pineapple still just really pushing out juniper blackcurrant. That's kind of what is distinguishable to me. I don't get a lot of apple and stuff like that. There's a nice clean musk and mossy note that comes in that makes it there's just a little touch of fresh spice. I'm attributing that to the moss that's in here, and you do get a little bit of an edge from the cedar that provides a woody aspect to this fragrance. I don't pick up any of the amber or any of that stuff. It's really just all about the fruits, a little bit of moss and some cedar for the most part with me, and a little touch of musk. It has a slight muskiness to it that kind of works hand in hand with the oak moss that's in here to give it a little bit of a slight herbaceous quality that kind of gives it that fresh spicy appeal, and it's an herbal type of fresh spicy, very green spice, if you will, and that maintains all the way through the dry down because this fragrance is relatively linear. It doesn't change a whole lot. What changes about it is really the balance of what you're smelling, because in the opening you're getting all that fruitiness, you get a little bit of the woods and the moss in the background. Then as your fruits start to calm down a bit, that's where the shift comes with the cedar and the oak moss playing a bigger role in the musk, whereas I never fully get away from the juniper. The juniper's always present for me. The pineapple eventually fades. The blackcurrant and apple and all the other fruits fade at some point, but I never get away from that juniper. I find the juniper hangs out the absolute longest in the dry down, which is straight up moss and woods for me. So relatively linear, but not the same thing from start to finish. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And the surprise for me on this one was the performance, because I know some people have said they don't get that great of performance. Some people say it's an absolute beast off of their skin. Mine's more in the latter portion of that, where it's pretty beastly off of my skin. 8 to 10 hour fragrance. The 2 times I wore it, I got around 9 hours. And I do spray my clothes with this one because it's a light enough wear. And I get in that 9 hour range. And the performance on this one is above average for the sillage and the projection. So it really pushes out in those first 2 to 3 hours. I would say definitely beyond arm's length in that first 2 hours. It's pretty pronounced fragrance. And I never could not smell myself the times I've worn this so far. I've had several test sprays aside from that, because I'll see it sitting over here on the side. I'll grab it, I'll pop the cap, smell the atomizer, next thing you know I'm spraying my arm, which I already sprayed my arm. I actually have it right here on my wrist. I sprayed it before the video because I just love the way it smells. I was going to be doing a video, so why not have it on skin? And I could never, like I said, I could never not smell myself. It's got a really nice scent bubble. It works really well with my skin. I don't know how many others have a similar type of performance in the projection and sillage category, where no matter what I do, when I'm moving and I come to a stop, turn my head, quick movements, whatever, it would always waft. I would always get a nice whiff of it coming off of my skin well into the 8-hour mark. It never seemed to really become too close to the skin, or never weak enough to where I would have to really look for it or forget I had it, because it would make sure I could never forget that I was wearing it, is the best thing. So, man, I gotta be honest with you. From the scent down to the performance, it's a damn good fragrance. Let's go over my final thoughts. Final thoughts on this one. Completely redundant if you have a bunch of Aventus type of fragrances, or Aventus in general, because there's no denying the similarities. It smells like Aventus minus rose, jasmine, and birch, pretty much. And add juniper, pretty much is what you get. You add some more fruits, you ramp up that pineapple, the moss is still there, the cedar, stuff like that. It's just, the balance changes. There's a few things that were taken away, a few things added, but it's definitely a Creed Aventus style fragrance. This smells more like Creed Aventus than Scent of Peace from Bond Number 9, which is another Aventus style fragrance from the house. And I have a decant of Scent of Peace, and I like this better than Scent of Peace. And dare I say it, I like this better than Creed Aventus. After having some time with this one now, I think I'd rather have this and Matar from Spirit of Kings than Creed Aventus and all the others, clones, inspired fragrances, all of that. Because Matar is a very smoky batch of Aventus. It's a niche Aventus clone. And this is just extremely fruity fresh. I mean, I'd rather have those two than everything else, to be completely honest with you. If I had to trim down the collection and could just keep two fragrances that smell like Aventus, I would keep Matar and bondnumber9.com. It's that good to me. I'm very smitten with this one. I think it's great. I picked this up for $80 some odd after shipping from Kingdom Fragrances. It's a 50 ml. Steve only had the one bottle at the time. I had to hurry up and pick it up. I blind bought it. I just knew I would like it, and of course I love the way the bottle looks. That's just an added bonus, but I knew I would like the fragrance. I just knew it in my gut, and I was absolutely right. I like it better than what it smells similar to be honest with you, and actually performs better than Aventus does. I have a 19S11 batch of Aventus, and this performs better. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Many of you have tried this already. Nothing new. I think it came out in like 2013. It's been around for a while. And how many of you feel the way I do, where you like it better than Aventus? How many of you can't stand it? It just doesn't work for you. That happens too. There's both sides of the sword. There's people that are going to hate this. There's people that are going to love this. I think this is a great fragrance. I'm super happy to have it. I don't think 50 milliliters is going to be enough long term for me. I'll probably have to get another bottle at some point, because I definitely plan on reaching for this one a lot this spring. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on bondnumber9.com and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.